Hello, hello, mic check. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? All right. So let's play a little bit with the Forza Horizon 6 controller. The Horizon 6 controller. That is a pink light. It is literally pink. Pretty cool. So I have a lot we can do now. Other than driving around in cool GTRs. I have a lot we can do now. So do you want to go do some danger signs? Let's do that. I have a lot that I got. So like it just put a whole bunch of stuff on the map that we can do. So let's go do some danger signs. By the way, I'll track that and then we'll just fast travel over here. By the way, hey you. There are definitely a lot of us under attack, and it almost seems like a lot of us, meaning like anybody that is against you know who, and you know, I like I want to just, you know, again, we're just playing a game here, but you know, a lot of us are being kind of like really attacked here, and then blatantly out of nowhere, just because you want to state what your opinion is, again, free speech and whatnot, you are, yeah, I mean, like, again, think about what other kinds of countries and stuff do that and forbade you from speaking out against your government and your politicians and stuff. Like, just think about that. That's all. So if there's one side blatantly that has never really cared what you said, and then blatantly one side that is now attacking it, which side do you think is correct? And again, it's as simple as that. Who is being attacked here? Who is blatantly being attacked, and whose rights are being actually taken away? Okay.
In 400 yards, turn sharp right.
And yes,
Turn sharp right.
and yes, it's white people too. It's just anybody that speaks out against that side. It's counter to anybody having rights to speak out, regardless of side.
You've arrived at your destination.
So, when that happens, it's pretty obvious. All you gotta do is stick to the side that is obviously for rights and for free speech and doesn't really care what you say about them. All right, I got that one. 3 stars right away. That's pretty cool. Let's get over here. It's definitely up this way. Okay, it's there, so I probably just want to, like that guy's doing, and probably that guy. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I can do better than that.
You completely stuck the landing. If I could give you a score for that, it'd be a 10. But I don't make the rules.
Still got 3
stars instead.
All right, that's fine. I still got 3, so that's all right. Oh right, I got to do this one. If you're gonna do skill points, just get the extra life. Like that's the most important one. In my opinion, there's a couple that are really important, but I think that's pretty much the most important one. If you can get it. That's why it costs so much. Here's another one. So I'll head to the beginning of the little sort of trail up here, and we'll take a look. Here we go. Awesome view, man. Damn. Just shy of 1,000 though. Heck yeah, nailed it. Heck yeah, nailed it. Alright. It's my new song. Heck yeah, nailed it. Oh, there's another one. Sweet. We're getting these done. You gotta love danger signs. I'm sure there's more. I just have to get more unlocked. All right, I'm gonna head up this way. Oh yeah, I remember this. Isn't this the one I was like, shouldn't there be a danger sign here? Isn't this the one? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we definitely got that. Oh yeah. Oh, I went past it. It's a car. Oh, yes, it is a different GTR than last time. Yes. By the way. And yes, I did stuff to it. Because you can't tell. I don't see anymore. Okay. Speed zones it is. I need 3 stars on this one. Speed zones it is. So I don't know if it was supposed to come like this, and I've been noticing this a lot with stuff, but it was not sealed. Like, the seal was literally cut open on the box when I got this. So again, if you would buy this in like the store, that's not, that was cut open. So that is, and I've been getting a lot of packages that like the whole top of it's just literally open. Like the entire package when I order it, completely open. So like just really like blatantly obvious things where, again, certain streamers are literally, you know, illegally being screwed around with, you know. Again, this is what's happening with FedEx, UPS. They don't like it. But this is what the FBI is spending their time illegally doing to people. And they're just like wasting their time. Like they're gonna open this shit and find, you know, that. You know, and or like a case of freaking Mountain Dew or something. You know, like it's absurd. And then sometimes blatantly, sometimes like I'll open and I'm like, the seal is literally broken. I'm not drinking that. So like they're blatantly like doing stuff. Like it's like wow. Wow. Really? So that's incredibly illegal. Yeah, I'm gonna next time Donald Trump orders something, I'm gonna track his order and look all through it. Is that okay? Am I allowed to do that? Since he's doing that to other people? What the hell is this? I thought there was a speed zone here. I literally just went through it. I saw it. I probably have to go through the other way, huh? That's probably what it does. Oh, hell. Oh, here we go. We're back.
You've arrived at your destination.
Come on, come on, come on! Yay! Yay! Oh man, we are really having an interesting time with the bitrate today. That's because you know what you're having an interesting time trying to do before I started the stream. All right, let's see here. Again, this game, I can't stress enough how well optimized it is. It's not. If it looks like it's stuttering, that is them effing around with the stream software. It is not like that. They want it to look like it is not like that. Not even a little bit. Not on here, not anywhere. It is not like that. I would tell you, you know that. Unlimited off-road stadium cross-country circuit. I think I just want to do speed zones. I was looking at a lot of these new things I got. What's that? Okay. So here's one. That one's pretty interesting. Well, I just need to do the seasonal stuff, and I'm doing speed zones, so let's do it. I need 600 horses, and Japanese vehicle. So obviously Nissan would be fine, but way too many horses on this one. 600. So this one's just barely over. That can't. I don't think that's. Oh man, what do I got? What do I got? What did I use before? Didn't I use the NSX? I feel like I did. I feel like I had. I know I had to do this before, but I'm trying to remember what it was I used. Remember how awesome this car was? Man, that was such a good buy. I bought that, right? Pretty sure I bought that. I just knew. I was like, man, I don't even have a Koenigsegg yet, so I got that. Pretty sure I bought this one too. Was it this one? Now I see two of them. I think so because that looks like a color I would have painted it. 600. All right. You know what? I need something. I need this. It's gonna have to. We're gonna have to do it with this. Where actually is this thing? It's not here. Where the heck is this thing? I wish you'd put me like right where it is so I know. Where the heck is it? How absurd. It's not. Oh, wait. Is this it? Wait a minute. I think I found it. I think it's gonna use. I think it's using this one. I think it's just in a weird spot because it's a seasonal. We'll see. We'll see. I hope. Yeah.
Arrived at your destination.
It's not very good. Like at 1. Yeah. Man, that is tough. How the heck am I supposed to get better with a 600 horses limit? Man, look at that NSX. Look at this thing. This is one of the ones I literally just got this. Look how awesome this is. So like perfect example, if it looks like it's like kind of like a little stuttery there, it's actually not. Really smooth. Just kind of glides across. When it gets to here, then that's when it goes doot like that. But I can make it sort of. It's totally smooth when I do this. Totally. Like just 100% smooth. All right. Sounds great. This thing will not be so great in the rain. This is not going to work toward the seasonal, though. Not doing so bad, actually. Oh, I'll lose a bit there.
You've arrived at your destination.
Yeah, incorrect car for seasonal objective. Yeah, I mean, I love that car. That is so cool. But I definitely need something, you know, again, just under 600 that I can actually do with that. What the heck am I gonna do? I guess I'll try the Lancer. I guess I'll try the Lancer because I don't know what else I'm gonna try. There's really nothing else that would make sense. Ah, man, if only that Supra was just... Do I have another one? I do have another one. Oh, I forgot I did that. Oh, I'm gonna do the Supra. All right, ready? Wow, look at this rain. How cool does this look, right? How cool is this? This game is just phenomenal, man. Here we go. Damn. Damn. Damn, I suck.
You've arrived at your destination.
Let me try it the other way. That was terrible. It is the wet road. It is the wet road for sure. Now that it's drying up, this might help. It should be relatively dry now, though. We'll see. Oh yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Definitely factored into it a lot.
At your destination.
Man. Yep, that's the only one I get out of that one. That is a really, really tough one. Holy cow. I think that's all I'm gonna get with that car. That is really tough. I'm gonna want a small vehicle, I think. A nice small. See, that would be great, except it's too, the horsepower is too. I guess I could do some stuff to it. There's an old Skyline, but again, too many horses. That one's literally, that one's almost 900. I don't really have any other options. I don't think, really. I mean, this one, but it's not gonna. That's not enough. And try. It's not gonna be enough. I guess. I saw something. What if? What if I get the extra speed from starting back here? Do you think it'll matter? I wonder if it'll matter. Well, let's test it. There's that Lincoln. How sweet is that? What do I want to use? What was like the better one? The Supra was pretty good. I don't know. I still feel like the NSX was actually like the best one. It's sort of like right there, you know? All right, here we go. Nope.
You have arrived at your destination.
Nope. That was slower than the Supra. All right, so let's try the Supra. Wait, I just went that way? How did I do that? It worked for a second. That's so weird. I just went the other way for like one time. You should be able to do that in the other one. Supra. 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 Ah! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
You've arrived at your destination.
That was pretty good, actually, too. Oh, hey guys, I look at the camera and the bitrate shifts down to 11,000 a little bit. Imagine that. Ridiculous.
You've arrived at your destination.
Damn it! Ah! Alright, screw it. I'm gonna do that right now. We could look for something that would work for it. You wanna do that? Let's do that. Let's look for something that will work for this. So I need a Japanese car. Can I do it like that? Affordable? I don't think it's gonna let me do it like that. How about that at least narrows it to sort of what I want to see here. Can't use any of that. That would work pretty well. I need something compact. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the issue. Wow, that's cool. Wow. Way to screw with the other machine so that you know that it's there. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. Yeah, y'all act as if stuff like that randomly does that. Normally. Like that's a normal thing or something. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. A GTR within the parameters of what I need? Like that one probably even a little bit better. Oh, but the steering on this is really good. See, that's expensive, but I like it. It's what I need. It's exactly what I need. No, we're just gonna go with that. Whew. I think since I can afford it, I'm gonna still. Look how nice this is. So this is a 95 Skyline GTR. Look at how nice that is. Look at that. Twin cam, twin turbo. Oh my god. Look at the size of this freaking thing. That thing shifts when you step on the gas. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Look at the old racing wheel. It looks great. It does. It looks great. All right, let's do it. This is exactly what I needed. It was pricey, but it's a GTR. So I'm not complaining. That is what oh man. This is nice. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. This will be great for drifting if I didn't suck. Oh yeah, for sure. I just have to not suck. Yeah, for sure. And probably different tires. Okay. So where was that stupid thing? Was it over here? Not really stupid, but you know what I mean. The Horizon 6 controller. Dun dun. And again, like this is a pink button. It's actually like really pink. I know it's hard to see because it's so bright in here. It is a very pink illuminated button. So it looks very pink. It's nice. It's cool. All right, where am I at here? Sort of like in the middle of it. Watch this not even get me what I need. Wouldn't that be hilarious? It's still an awesome GTR, so I'm not complaining. It's a Nissan Skyline GTR. It is a 1995 Nissan GTR. It is the Nismo version. So that's like that's who does like the custom stuff on the car and like really makes it awesome. So like that's why it's like extra. It's not the normal. That's why it has like all that extra stuff. That's and Nismo is like the one you want. That's the one. You know, if you see a Nissan and it says Nismo, that's the one you want. Yeah, this is still really hard, man. What the heck? I could take the turns a lot better. It's not happening. It's not happening. I need something even faster. That's crazy. Faster, faster with torque. I mean, it's you know, like I'll admit it's not. That's like, ooh, that's like 6 or 7 seconds, I should say. 0 to 60. That's not that fast. It's really not. That was stupid. I screwed that up. It's that last turn. Yeah, they're the I guess you would call them you know, just a custom. Yeah, they just do customs, you know. So so like Hoonigan, like if you would see Hoonigan on something, it's similar but not. Like Nismo really has made their name as like one of the best ones. But it's for Nissan. That's probably why you haven't seen it. Yeah, what the heck? I could do it right there. So like there's that one. Oh yeah, I guess I have several. The one that I just got, that I did some extra stuff to after I even getting it, the most recent one that I got. This one's a Nismo. This is probably my fastest. So this would be a 2024. This is a newer one. Yeah, GTRs are my favorite car. I mean, I'm not alone with that, but they're my favorite for sure. You got to get that in the game? You didn't start with one? I think this game starts you with one, doesn't it? Check your garage. Not as like the original 3 cars. Not as the original 3 cars. What I mean is there's an event. So like somewhere on your map there should be a race that will right away get you a GTR. You don't even got to buy one. Yeah, like seriously, like some of these, just look at them. And you'll also have cars sitting around that are just random, like for collecting too. But sincerely, a lot of what I'm doing here is going to the Horizon. So go like this. Go to your buy used and new cars. I realize I just did that really fast. But if you want to know where I am, I'm just in the main Horizon Festival here. So just go here. Now you can go to auctions too and see what other people in the game are like, you know, selling and auctioning off. But you can go to Auto Show and skip all that and just go straight to like Nissan. So there you go. So there's the one I have. But like for example, there's a Nissan Z. I could get that. And that's the Nismo version. There's a 2020, I have that. There's a 2000. That's actually one of the best ones. the black edition. That is like but the draw to the Skyline, the draw to the GTR is that this thing has such a massive capacity for a big engine. It drives normal. And like again, when you look in the inside, you can clearly see like it drives like a normal car. It looks like a normal car on the inside. Like it looks pretty normal. It's very unassuming. This thing will take off like crazy. It is so fast. But the other big thing is it has all-wheel drive. For the most part, unless you get a very specific one that has rear wheel, it has all-wheel drive, and that makes such a big difference. You know, as far as like handling and turning and stuff like that. If you want to put like hybrid tires and stuff like that on, some of them get pretty slick. So with all-wheel drive, you can just whip that rear end out and floor the gas, and the rear end, it won't spin out like crazy just because you got like slicks on there. Yep, gotta have all-wheel drive. That's actually a lot of the reason why like some of the Mercedes are fun to drive and stuff like that. It really has, the all-wheel drive has a lot to do with it. Porsches as well. That has a lot to do with it. Very rarely can you get away with that rear wheel, just because again, that's what you're gonna get on the handling, is just the tires spinning out on you. So yeah, that has a lot to do with it, but it's really just the fact that the car is such a brilliant design overall. Just everything about it, and it's so brilliant. It looks so good, but again, incredibly customizable, and that's very rare for a car of this caliber. It's an S tier car. It competes with, you know, like way up there with anything basically, and you can do whatever you want to it at the same time. So that's the main thing. You're gonna get any the cars that allow that. As you know, that was the whole point they were making in the Fast and the Furious movies. The one point that actually made sense really early on in those movies, before they were about drifting and all that, that was actually correct, is that the more you can do to a car, the more you can do to a car. See, I would have spun out there if I had rear wheel, and then I can just sort of turn. Super nice vehicle, and it's even wet. So yeah, you can see it's still gonna happen if you suck like I do. But you know, I mean, it's still a great vehicle. The Silvia is a great one too. That's a good start. I think that's your starter vehicle, is the Nissan Silvia. Yeah. It's the one I started with. So, I mean, like, again, it looks phenomenal. I mean, the car looks fantastic. But pretty much all these are Skyline GTRs. This one's a 1990, 93. They just have, like, kits on them. They don't really look like that. They look very unassuming. The tail lights are so cool though. That's the huge draw, I think. A lot of cars don't do the individual circular tail lights too, and that's a huge one. Like, yes, these look phenomenal. They really do. It looks like a freaking spaceship. That's the main thing. Those it literally looks like freaking rockets, and they're circular lights. And ultimately, if you can get a car to look like a spaceship, that's what every guy wants. Jesus on the dashboard, yeah. Car looks sharp, literally. It does. Exactly. Exactly. See, you get it. And that's what Lamborghini understands too. They get it. Like, you just can't, you see a Lambo and you're just like, God, it looks so good. So there's the price tag. Because you can't, if you drive a Lamborghini, you know full well you can't justify it. You just can't. It isn't worth it. It's not. It looks really nice though. This is better than a Lamborghini, objectively. Because it will beat a Lamborghini, I promise. I'm not just saying that. Now, I mean, like, not right off the line, right out of the shop, right out of the you know what I mean, unless you have a Nismo or something. You know, you got some people to do something to it first. I'm not saying right off the lot, but you get a race car GTR? Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yes. It'll beat a Lamborghini. So, you know, I mean, again, unless you're getting... the Elemento, that can compete with it, but it's still the GTR, the Sesto Elemento. Yeah, they are, and they're so expensive. The Porsche is worth its price. The McLaren is worth its price. Like this. This is a nice car. This is a nice vehicle. Very nice vehicle. Yeah, and I would recommend McLaren if you've never heard of them. This is a McLaren. So mid-engine again. So like not that the GTR is a mid-engine, but a lot of things are. Mid-engine. But I think this is this all-wheel? No, this one's rear wheel, actually. And it drives fine. See that? Like, I actually don't really have too many problems with it. It drives fine. That's that ability to design the car extra flat, so that way as you're doing that turn, the airflow is proper, so that it's not kind of rocking and kind of going all over the place. They understand airflow, and it sits real close to the ground, so you have stability with that rear wheel drive versus the car flying around all over the place because of they didn't account for that. You get what I'm saying? And that's Porsche as well, understanding how to design a rear end. It's all how you design that rear end. Ferrari's not bad, but they don't understand what I just said, the part about the rear end. That's the only thing with Ferrari is see there, I finally lost it. That's the only thing with Ferrari. Unless somebody has really tweaked it, they're not fun to turn with. But yeah, this particular McLaren, they have such weird names. The 600 LT. So that one's pretty cool. Even this is pretty good. My Bentley. I saw a few of these in the races that I was doing. There you go. You could drift with that one. That would actually probably work pretty well. Seems to be. I don't even really have to try. It just sort of kind of starts doing it. That's what you want. That's what you want. Oh wow, that's really cool. Yeah, here it is. Here's the Koenigsegg. If you're unfamiliar with Koenigsegg, that's the other car where like they're coming a long way. Where the Koenigsegg inside, the problem was their interior. It was too uncomfortable and race car like. Now I'll admit the interior is pretty compact in this, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better. Like it looks like you, because it's so simple. It looks like you have a lot more space and you can move your legs and stuff. It looks fine. It really does. I like it. And this, again, the closer you get the car to looking like a freaking spaceship, I'm loving it. Now, obviously you can't get the taillights. Nobody's gonna get the taillights looking as good as a GTR. But these aren't bad, right? They're not bad. The interior is so cool in this game. First racing game I really enjoyed driving with the interior camera. Yeah, for sure. I cannot believe and that's what I loved about like 4 and 5 as well. I played both of those as well, like a lot. I did play 3 and a little bit of 2, but you know, again, not very much. I got into it a lot more with 4 and 5, and they just started improving more and more as they came out, and even more so. I think my reaction, you know, right, was something like, is it a real car or something like that? Because that's how it looks. You know, when I first saw my first interior in this particular game, I couldn't believe it. You know, just how much time they had clearly spent on polishing the way these things look, and I appreciate that. I like that. And I agree with you about the interior camera. Man, how cool is that? And another thing I appreciate is the realness of the sound, how real the sound feels inside the car versus outside the car. Sometimes it was a little goofy. You know what I mean? Like not every time, but they really polished it up in this one. This one, it's not at all. It's you know, it's really good in this one. And, you know, you got your wristbands, so your character wears, like, whatever color wristband you have, too. So, you know, you just have, like, the little things the game has to offer, which are pretty cool. And I like that. That's a progress thing. I like that. I still haven't found it yet. But I'm looking for the camera that lets you adjust this view, that lets you move it back. And I'm pretty sure I think I found it, and I think that's as far as I can go. So one thing I'll say is I wish they would fix that. Because I think that's as far as I could go, and that's really annoying. I really wish, because like, look, that's the first one, ready? And here's the next one, ready? It's not really that big of a difference, and the car's right there. I feel like there should be a third one that goes whoom, that goes like way out. I want to see the whole car, man. I can't. It's not. And I think there is a setting, but that's it. That's all you get. And the drone too, same thing. Now I disabled it so because I kept accidentally hitting it. But there's a drone mode where you can go into a drone and like move the drone around the car and like take your screenshots. It goes like 3 feet above the car. It doesn't even go very far. So like these are like the only things. If you haven't done this yet either, I would suggest doing that. There's a cool race where you race against a freaking mech. And when you beat it, that's how you get this. It was one of the wristband things. It's this one. There you go. It's that one. It's that one. Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it? All right, back to the GTR now that it's daytime. Now that you can see it. All right. Chatting. Regular chatting. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. 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 Hold on there. There's something in here. Cool. Yeah, I really like the controller. It's really nice. I recommend it. And I would have I mean this thing was pre-ordered, so it literally just came out where I would have had it. So I'm really liking it. It's really good. One thing I appreciate is when they put the grips on the bottom. So now the original, if you remember the one for 5 that we always used, that one had the nice steering wheel sort of feel to it. I actually prefer that. So this is a lot like the grips on the normal series X and S controllers. But I will say that I like that they extended the grip onto these buttons, and the analogs feel nice as they always do. So overall, it still feels nice. I wish these grips were like the steering wheel feeling grips on the other one. I wish that was the case, Michael. I wish that these grips were like this one. So like if you see on the one on we had for 5, they had more of a steering wheel feel to it. It was nice and smooth. Whereas this one again is a lot more like the normal Series X and S, where it has like the the plastic, and it's actually not the most comfortable controller in the world like that. So like I think overall if you can make it comfortable, that's important, so but I like it. The buttons, I mean, like it's nice, but again, comfort is important. Have I been up here? Is this on a building? It's on a building, isn't it? It's on a building. One over here. Ah.
You raced through every ramen mascot in and around the Otani region. Are you full yet?
What the heck? Nice. Nice. All right, let's go back to speed traps. I was just driving around a little bit. Let's go back to these speed zones. Speed zone, speed traps. So that's a speed zone. Speed trap. Let's do the speed zones first, I guess. Where am I? I'm here. So I'm pretty close to a speed trap, actually. Here's one. Nice. I don't know where it is. They put me in the middle of it again. Such a nice view, though. Oh, there it is.
Arrived at your destination.
What'd I get? What'd I get? Ah. Alright. New peanut butter, but only 2 stars. Alright, here we go. Shit. That was better. That was better. Damn. You... 2 more. 2 more miles an hour and I would have had it.
Arrived at your destination.
Nope. Nope.
You've arrived at your destination.
Damn that turn. I can deal with that one. There, we got it. We got it. We got it. Oh my gosh. All right, speed trap time. Because there's one right there. Let's do that one. There's one right here, so I may as well just do it. So the speed traps, we just go through as fast as we can. Nice. Got it. Let's see if I can get it faster this way. Nope. Would have been faster if I hadn't hit the car. Hit the car last second. That's alright, we don't need to. I already got 3, so. Let's do this one. I never know where it is. It doesn't actually take me to it. I always have to guess where it is. Cause like I'm in the middle of it instead of like at the edge of it. That's stupid. Like it should take you to the edge of it. Yeah, like it. I always wonder where the hell I am. It's there. Look, that's the edge. Why does it fast travel me to nowhere near where I can't even see the edge of the speed zone. Why does it do that? It's really bad. Like it shouldn't do that. That is really bad. Why would you fast travel somewhere where you then have to then drive to the edge of it and then further to get up speed? Like it doesn't make any sense. Put me in front of it. Heck yeah. Nailed that.
Arrived at your destination.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Oh, Trailblazer. You guys want to do a Trailblazer? That sounds like fun. Let's do it. We'll do speed zones too, but I just saw this, so let's do it. So a Trailblazer, we start at one end, and we just literally follow a path it's going to give me. We don't know what it's going to be until we start it. And then it's basically off-road. And then you got to get to the end. And you got to get there as fast as you can. See it? So you don't necessarily know how to go. Crap, that really slowed me down. I'm gonna not do so well on this one. I should have just followed like the valley. Not bad,
But
actually,
truly
though,
finesse.
I think.
Not gonna lie,
That
I
last
made
little
some
bit
notes
helped.
myself.
Yeah. Alright, so I ended up doing alright. So that was actually pretty fun. Wonder if we have any more of those. Just wanted to look. There is another one. Alright, so let me just finish up the speed zones like I said, though. So I still need 3 stars on this one. Let's go do that one. Right in the middle again. I just still have no idea why you would want to be in the middle of this thing. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, what the heck? See, that's my point. Like, why can't it put me in front of the right spot? So that wasn't even the right spot? It didn't start the thing. It starts up here? I can't go through the... It didn't even start it. What the heck? What the heck? Like, why would it not even start it?
You've arrived at your destination.
It should start it. It doesn't matter. You guys just saw how, wow, look, 1 mile an hour too. Wow. Wow. So, you know, if the piece of trash would have actually started it like it should, like, what the hell? Like, look at, like, I mean, you guys just watched me do all these speed zones. Yeah, look, it should start it. Just randomly didn't for no reason at all. So, you know, I mean, like, you can clearly see we would have had it the first time. So they just decided, oh, we're not going to count it. He's clearly going fast enough. And then the second time around, you can see how I get 1 mile an hour off for some reason. Isn't that interesting? I find that to be completely fascinating. And then we're fast traveling to not where we need to go, to the middle of it, so that then I have to drive more? That doesn't even make any sense. Why would it do that? I just think we're having some real bullshittery. I really do.
You've arrived at your destination.
Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of obvious. Having some weird stuff go on today, to be honest with you. All the stuff that appears on the screen. It'd be really great if the game would tell you, hide UI or something like that. Press this button. Like somewhere on this screen, you know, you put it in the very, very bottom left and hide it. Just be like, hide show UI, this button. And instead, all this crap is always on the screen. Kind of like the skill song thing that clearly I've turned off, yet they just keep it on. So, you know, that's nice that I can earn from that. But it'd really be great if, again, you didn't put the stupid thing in the center of the screen, right where I'm trying to see, and, again, made it so that I can show and hide the UI with the press of a button, and then told me what that button is. Because that would fix that problem. Fix all those problems. Boy, I have a lot of solutions, don't I? It really is fascinating, isn't it? It's almost as if, you know, oh, I don't know. People get ideas from me and don't pay me for it. Alright. You know, because instead of paying game testers, the games are just crap anymore. Well, no, this isn't crap, but you get what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff where it's like you have to wonder how they would have missed it, you know? Where any normal tester would have been like, why didn't we do this? Look at that. Yeah. So like all this crap happens. If I want to take a screenshot in this very screenshotable game, I'm just like waiting for all this shit to be done. Oh, there's another thing on the screen. So like, you know, I remember I was telling you guys like the one day I had a skill song thing and I actually like sat there and waited for it to like disappear just to take a screenshot. Pretty cool spot. There's a car for sale. Oh, it's a little Escort. How much is it? Wow. Sure. Wow. Well, let's shift the bit rate to 11,000 and 16,000 at the same time so that we keep the concurrent viewers exactly where they are and nobody else comes in. Let's do that. What the hell? Why? That was random. Pretty interesting, isn't it? There's just all these cars randomly right where I'm driving for some reason. Just all of a sudden, just exactly where I want to drive for some reason. Isn't that fascinating? Boy, that is fascinating. So I have to check some legal stuff here because of obvious, you know, what we're obviously seeing here. So I apologize, but I will be back. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry about that. Thanks for waiting. All right. I did most of the speed zones. Let's just start doing these. Like, where is it? The heck? It doesn't even tell me when I hover over it. How am I supposed to know where it is? This is so stupid. The heck even was it? So weird. It goes actually on top of it for once. I am. Right there it is. Oh, it's a cool little path. Oh yeah, that thing. That lake. Hmm. Okay, that's awesome. Let me see something. Okay. I just have to back up more, but that's alright. I'm not gonna do that one anymore. Where? Here we go. I guess it's up top. Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to the Rush event? It'll be a cold one, apparently. I'm gonna keep hitting races to qualify. I'll see you there, right?
All right. That was another one over here, yeah. All right. Notice how it was shifting up to 11 and then just back down to 8. Notice that? Imagine that. All right. That means somebody came in the stream that normally watches the stream. And then right when they came in the stream, they had their little, like, view bots attached to them. So that's what that meant. So then it just did that instead. That's the scam. That's the scam they're running. All right, so this is actually a speed zone. I don't think I can do rewind during the speed zone. Oh, you can. I don't think you could do that in the last one. Usually it would mess up when I would do that. Alright. Cool. So it works, I guess. So here's one up here, too. Let's do this. Why is it doing that? I can't fast travel that one? Oh, because of the road. That's why. Is that why? Yeah, because the orange I can. That's why. Imagine if it would start me at the start of the speed zone, so I could just drive forward. Like, a lot of times there's speed zones you don't need to get up speed. A lot of times. Sometimes maybe, but... For this one, I'm not going to be doing that. Look at this. I'm all over the place. For this one, I'm not going to be doing that.
You've arrived at your destination.
Why the fuck couldn't it just put me here? Like, it just doesn't make any sense that it would do that. It's so stupid. Honestly, it's really dumb. It's in the center of the speed zone. That's where it fast travels you to. Right in the middle. Makes sense. You know, because you're not going there to do the speed zone or anything.
You've arrived at your destination.
God. All the other times that makes me fucking spin out. Look, I spin out going 16 fucking miles an hour, but I didn't just there. You can't tell me the game is not selectively doing that. Wow. Trying to actually make it look like... Wow. Trying to actually affect the parameters of the game. That's actually really sad.
You've arrived at your destination.
Finally. Jesus Christ. And the very second that I point that out, conveniently, is the very next one that I get it. So you could clearly see, I probably would have just drove up and gotten it right away. But they're clearly just trying to affect the parameters, so I have to do it over and 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 over, exactly like the bosses in Elden Ring. Exactly like when you see that in Elden Ring, where, you know, like we're suddenly, you know, like I say I'm gonna do a boss, or it's obvious which one I'm getting closer to and stuff like that. And the first time I do that boss, it's totally fine. But any other time I do that boss, the boss suddenly acts totally different than that first time. Every other time after that. Right down to literally just all the time maxing, completely doing all the fucking best moves all the time, non-stop, just the best moves. Every single time they attack, the best moves all the time. Never anything normal. All the best moves all the time. Kind of like that. Ridiculous. This game is so stupid sometimes. There's like little dumb rules. You can fast travel like 5 feet in front of this because you have that road. But you can't fast travel there. Yeah. And then you see the bitrate shifting around. Because I'm right. Because that's what everybody thinks. And then some news channel somewhere that talks about this shit is stealing my idea. That's literally all that is. YouTube just giving it to some gaming news channel somewhere that steals my idea, my breakdown, my concept. It's the same shit that is happening to any other creator on this platform that does not like Donald piece of shit, jackass, orange face Trump. Oh, that guy is literally a fucking piece of trash. So. Oh, here we go. Speed event. Okay. We're gonna sign up. We're gonna sign up. So here we go. Somebody dropped out. What the hell? Why? Convenient. Even though it said 12 out of 12, conveniently one slot dropped out. Gee, I wonder if some asshole, some scammer asshole, is trying to join the game by dropping somebody out of it.
400 yards, turn right. In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. 200 yards, turn right.
Oh, see, this is so fucking stupid. They put a goddamn wall here. Jesus fucking Christ. I couldn't even get to where I needed to be because there's a goddamn wall. So fucking stupid. I can't stand that shit. Just an unnecessary wall. Oh, and then the bitrate shifts around because we want to control the trending you're getting from swearing. Because we don't want you to know that the more you swear, the more the stream trends, the more people will come in here. Yeah, they're trying to censor that. Yep, because Donald jackass piece of shit orange face Trump wants to continue being racist and taking your voting rights away. But, you know, meanwhile, if I want to swear and say the fucking shit in the middle of a stream, that's suppressed. Meanwhile, cripple ass Ricky Berwick can sit on his fucking floor in front of his fucking TV and sit there and say whatever the fuck he wants. Whatever he wants. And hundreds of people will watch him. But you know, I say fuck or shit or Donald jackass orange face fucking Trump. My shit's messed with. See, there it was. Meanwhile, Ricky Berwick can sit there and use some AI fucking thing to make himself even look like Donald Trump. He's sitting there looking like Donald Trump and shit like that. And Jeffrey Epstein. And meanwhile, and never mind how many other people are doing that shit. It's just using a fucking AI camera mod. So like literally, you know, anybody else that can do that is using it. You know? So I mean, obviously that thing is created. It exists. So I mean, like, you know, he's not the only one. And meanwhile, Donald jackass orange face piece of shit Trump, he's just focused on the people that he knows about. So that's what you gotta realize. Why does he know about these people? That's what you gotta realize. He is stealing their data. I mean, he's been doing this a long time. He's been scamming people a long time. Nothing new. Literally just shift the bit weight around randomly. Well, that's an illegal. That's an illegal probe into my device. That's all that is. It's literally all it is. That's why it causes that. Notice how after I said something about the concurrence earlier being shifted down after they were going to be at 11, they sat there trying to make it wrong by shifting it up to 11 after that and sort of keeping it there. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, like not a normal number, just shifting it up to that and then keeping it there. You notice that? And then now it shifts down to 10 right as I say that. Right as I say that. I mean, this is just trash. There's just all these fucking walls in the way. It's so trash. Jesus fucking Christ.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Yeah, they're intentionally screwing with the tire mechanics after I said what I said earlier, and conveniently after the person was randomly talking about these cars in chat. So right again, you see how as soon as we mention a game mechanic, not too long after mentioning it, it gets attacked. So that's that again. That's the tires mechanic in the game being attacked, where you see me suddenly, you know, losing a little bit of stability there where that was never an issue earlier. And I was even pointing that out with the all-wheel drive. So conveniently that gets attacked as I point that out. So again, this is just trash Microsoft. Microsoft literally sat here and attacked my network driver and shit like that before the stream started. Like, again, I have all the evidence to prove it. They're sitting here attacking the network driver on this device. No other devices on the same network. But this one, they were attacking it. Right before the stream. And again, it was just Microsoft doing it. So again, as I say this, my bitrate is literally shifting around all over the place. 15,000, 11,000, 15,000, 11,000. And then you see the concurrence just sitting at 11. Like just exactly that number. Keeping them there. Instead of them moving around. For the things that I deserve to get based on what I'm saying. Because, you know, again, this is me talking. It's my stream. I deserve to have that promotion because I'm saying it. And then they shift the bitrate around to lie about the people that are coming in. And then they just put trackers on them. Because again, this is what they're doing. They're sitting here and working with that company to attack your devices if you block their malicious malware, you know, where they're not allowed to be selling your data to begin with, and they are, and the point is they're selling it to people that spy on you, that again, they're not using it for the proper thing. That's why all this is happening, because they're selling your data to disgusting countries and third-party people that they shouldn't be, versus like legitimate data brokers and stuff like that. So, you know, again, if some random fucking sweatshop in India can be your data broker, well, obviously that's a problem. And that is what we're talking about. Literally stuck on this pole. Oh, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. That's so fucking stupid. Jesus fucking Christ. That was so goddamn fucking stupid. They gotta fix the invisible walls and the obstructions in this. That is so goddamn fucking stupid. Is there actually a barn find there? Is there actually a barn find here? Okay. See, but I think this is the one I couldn't find before. But didn't I find that eventually? I think I did. So maybe it's not then. No, I think I eventually found that one that I couldn't initially find. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Yep, Jesus fucking Christ. It just shuts the car down. Like, you can't do anything past a certain point. It just shuts the car down. Like, I can't turn, I can't push the accelerator. Like, literally, just doesn't do anything. Like that. It's doing nothing that I'm telling it to do. It's just sliding. It's just sliding sideways. And then past a certain point, it stops doing it. So, like, again, it's just, again, it's some of these hills that they're intentionally fucking up. That's all it is. They just want to make it look like you can't drive up a hill. Because of what I said when I first started playing the game, how they fixed those so they just started doing that. That's all. It's literally the only reason. See how I was driving forward there just fine, and then as soon as so like there you go. I mean, that is absolute garbage. And again, this is because I said they fixed it. See how the bitrate is shifting around all the fuck over the place? That is a malicious attack on my system to prevent any kind of trending whatsoever right on this system. That bitrate is shifting around because they're attacking the device that I'm streaming with. So that is literally a malicious hacker attacking the device I'm streaming with. And if the emoji button is being spammed like crazy, that is the malicious attacker doing that. It's just shutting the car off. The car is shut off. I can't do anything. It just shuts the car off. I was actually going just fine, but it just shuts the car off. So, again, that doesn't look like the edge of the map to me. So why is it shutting the car off? I have no control over the vehicle whatsoever. It just pushes it down. And then eventually I just gain control of it again. See how I just can't turn? That's not me doing that. Right there, it just did it again. Where it slid, right there. That is literally not me doing that. That is the car just completely no control that I have over the car. That is what that is. I have no control over the car. Right there it is again. Right there. So again, they put this barn find in like an entire fucking section where you would drive into a mountain that's going to literally force your fucking car down the hill and you can't do it. This is garbage. This is garbage. You shouldn't do that. It's garbage. Because there's an entire section here where literally I'm going to look for this thing and not even be able to drive. That's garbage. I mean, this is literal trash. So when I can drive along this coastline, again, there's no actual wall there preventing me from doing that. So like that's garbage. That's garbage. And every time I've pointed it out and pointed out something valid about the game, the bitrate starts shifting around. So again, this is a direct attack on my streaming software on this device to control the trending and the valid views that I get based on what I'm saying on the stream. They're using the AI in Microsoft, in the video card, in whatever it is, maybe even in the game, to manipulate what the device is doing. Just completely lose control of the vehicle. I cannot steer, cannot steer, cannot steer. Now I can finally. I mean, it's garbage. It literally is garbage. That is absolute garbage. So again, this barn find is trash. There's literally just all this shit over here that I have to look through, and it's supposed to be a barn find, yet 90% of this I can't drive through. I mean, that is garbage. That is literal garbage. That's fucking garbage. This barn find is trash, and I don't even want to do it because of that. Because it's trash. I literally don't. It's literally trash. I don't want to look for something where the game is like literally penalizing you for fucking driving. I don't want to do that. That is literally the whole game, and I'm being penalized for driving forward. I mean, this is trash. You created a thing that's garbage. If that was happening, you should reset the car further down the hill again. Don't just force the car down the. I mean, this is garbage. You have to tell the player it's not a glitch somehow. Otherwise, it's garbage. Yeah, I mean, this is trash because clearly on this side, it wouldn't be out there in the open. So it's somewhere over here, and I can only drive up here a certain amount before it just starts forcing my car down the hill. That's not me not being able to drive up the hill. That is the game literally forcing my car down the hill at a certain point. That is trash. That is utter fucking garbage, is what that is. Yeah, it just forces your car down the hill. Right there. I have no control over my vehicle whatsoever. I can't even brake. I can't even, braking doesn't even work. Right there, you saw right there the first time the brake actually worked. Right when I was about to hit it hit right here, right when I was about to run into this. That was when my braking worked, right there. It did not work any point before that. I can't drive, I can't steer, I can't brake. This is trash. It is fucking garbage. And look where I am. So again, I physically can't do anything beyond this ridge. So literally 90% of this is ruled out. It's not going to be here. It's literally not going to be here. It's not going to be in plain sight. You have to fucking find it. So why the fuck would you have a 90% radius where you can't... Literally, there's nowhere I can drive. I physically can't drive past this point at all. At the point at which my fucking symbol is, I cannot drive to the left of that. So when this, like, this is utter fucking trash. How do you not accept this as trash? How do you not accept that? This is garbage. Yeah, here it is. Right here. I mean, that was trash.
This
It really
is a special
was.
one for you, right, Yuji? We should definitely capture it. Got your camera? Now this is a real special find. 71 Nissan Skyline GTR. Recognize it, Yuji?
I recognize this
71.
car from a million kilometers away. This is like stepping into a time capsule. The Hakosuka skyline. My mentor truly poured all his time into this car. Raced it too.
These were really sought after, weren't they? Altered specifically for handling and aerodynamics.
Yes, May. These models were built to be truly competitive. The over-fenders became a thing of style, too. And in this car, see victory after victory. It had real glory days. I can't believe it's still intact. Even his workbench is in the same place.
Let's finish what your mentor started, right, Yuji? It'll be a full circle moment.
Okay.
Yuji needs to give this one some extra care with the rebuild. I'll let you know when it's ready.
That barn find was so trash. That was so garbage. You literally should have had the circle. You should have had the circle literally like this. All you had to do is put the circle out here and make it like that. So that way you can still do a circle, but it's not here. So you're driving around this goddamn mountain that you should have put it fucking here. What are you, stupid? Yup. So, if you want to, like, take a look at other people's, like, houses and stuff, too, you can go in here and, you go into estates. And you can check out people's houses. You have to download it. So, like, they'll cost a certain amount, but once you download it, you can access it, I think. This person. So, like, that is pretty cool. Like, you know, like, obviously, skill point stacking is pretty fun. So like you can do the you want to do the easy wheel spins. That one's has only 2 stars. I wonder why. That one's 3. Here, we'll do this. I'll get this one. No. I wanna go there. How do I go there? You can also do there's like the garages, the events and stuff like that. How do I go though? Is it here? Do I have to go to the thing? I said here and then I can't fucking find it because the map is so fucking big. Jesus fucking Christ. Here. Jesus Christ. Like, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Right there. They didn't fix it. And I fucking told you this is the problem. And they were always going to do this. This is a completely useless menu. Everything that, like, just everything about this menu is so goddamn useless. Listen, why would I want to go to a menu and then hit down, over, and then down 3 more fucking times to get to a thing on the fucking menu? Why the hell would I want to do that? Why is my bitrate shifting around? Why would you do this? Like, this is goddamn stupid. And I've been pointing this out for the past literally 2 games. And every time they come out with a game, I go, boy, I hope they fix this. And they still haven't like, again, it's the same shit they did. Microsoft does, you know, like it's almost like, and again, this wasn't even their game, but like I have a feeling this was very Microsoft, you know, like just something about it. Like, again, I loved Fallen Order, and then you went from Fallen Order to Survivor, and the game itself was literally trash. Like, just trash. It's a chore to play. It's not fun at all. And then half the shit in the game loads at fucking 14 FPS or doesn't load at all. And I just, it's not fun. Fallen Order was fun, but you needed to expand on the fun instead of expanding on just everything else that wasn't fun. And then again, we all said from Fallen Order to Survivor, fix the goddamn map. Fix the goddamn map. Fix the goddamn map. I am sick and tired of looking at this dumb little fucking hollow map and it being shit just because it's a hollow map and you want it to look like a hollow map, you know, but it's completely useless to you as a player when you're sitting there zooming in and turning this thing around, trying to look at it a certain way. Is there something there? Because you're not 100% yet, and these damn places are so fucking annoying to traverse. Going there and leaving takes 3 fucking hours of game time because you have to remember and figure it all out again. Because traversing the map is a fucking puzzle. No matter how many times you do it, you'll get shortcuts, but it won't matter. You'll have to do a damn puzzle just to traverse the fucking map. God, it's so stupid. So, if at any point I'm playing a simple game like this, and then there's a mechanic where it's like, what the hell is this? You failed. And I can do this many times because the whole game, the whole charm is you start the game up and you can do this. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. This is Gran Turismo GTA, okay? Everybody knows it, okay? So when you're starting the game up, and that's again, this is the most basic thing about the game is, you know, again, just the playability of this, and you don't understand that every time you fuck that up, you have something in the game that gets in the way of that, you have failed. You didn't test, you didn't. Because again, this entire menu does that. I can never go into this menu and just quickly do something. I have to like really pay attention to what I'm doing or I'm gonna hit the wrong button. It's sort of like how they know streamers play this game and that some streamers don't have their names, you know, out there and stuff like that. Yet the game built into it would have some dumbass fucking thing that just says out loud a first name. Welcome back. And if you do anything in the game, certain things, it's going to say this after you do those things. Every single fucking time. And you didn't put that in there. It just pulled it from somewhere. So again, I understand this, that people think this isn't a big deal, but when you have an impersonation scammer doxing, you know, all kinds of information all over the internet that YouTube isn't doing anything about, again, it's a little bit of a different situation than, you know, somebody's name just getting released. Okay, we're it's just a bit of a different situation when you're talking about identity theft. Fucking retards. You really need to protect people's identity and do a better job of that. You just every time you do this or that in the game, just very personal. You didn't do this. Let's make sure we pull the name directly from, you know, again, whatever thing they filled out that this data is connected to. It's just gonna fucking pull that because you didn't do it. So where else is it getting it from? And there's my bit rate shifting the fuck around. There it is. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. How fucking disgusting this country becomes under Trump. I want to remind you that Obama is the one that made sure things like honey and ketchup and shit like that wasn't literally all just fucking corn syrup. Remember that? Remember I told you this. And now it's all coming back because Obama did away with it. All the honey you buy, it's not honey. They're just lying to you. And in the US under Trump, they can get away with that. Yep. So again, you'll buy chicken nuggets in the store and you'll be like, oh, it's chicken nuggets. But no, it isn't. It's literally processed corn product with 10% chicken. Just this is what was happening to an entire generation, and Obama did something about it. And now all that shit's coming back. Now that you haven't had democratic leadership for long enough to actually regulate things, you're just undoing it. And you're too fucking stupid to understand what that even means. And then you wonder why I sit here and eat cheese from Australia and American cheese tastes like shit. American cheese tastes like shit because it ain't fucking cheese. It's processed cheese product. And even the cheese that's actually cheese, it don't taste very good. It don't taste like much of anything. Donald Trump is the most un-American terrorist scamming president we've ever had. Other than J. Edgar Hoover. Other than J. Edgar Hoover. That fucking guy was literally Hitler. Like, it was literally Hitler. We're too fucking stupid to see it then, too. Until it was almost too late. This is very similar. Very, very similar. You know, the hippies and all that. Very similar. Except they have peace symbols and tie-dye shirts instead of like rainbow flags and shit. So now it's like LGBTQ instead of, you know, like legalization. There's just different agendas at different points in history. The whole point is that if somebody's trying to regulate something and that something appears to actually almost help people and almost get like allow free thought and stuff like that, there's a reason why they want to regulate that. Because the people that are challenging what they're saying are, again, getting boosted from that thing they're trying to regulate. So, music, where there's smart people writing songs that speak out against the machine, and the machine is dumbasses like Trump that just want to divide and conquer and take shit that doesn't belong to them. Okay? Plenty of decades of the machine trying to silence free speech. And, listen, case in point evidence, I understand that there are times where we need to do certain things to protect Americans, but I don't think that taking an entire album title and changing the name just because terrorists, you know, like all right, for example, after 9/11, like the Jimmy Eat World album Bleed American, literally the name was taken from everything. You couldn't, the shirt, like nothing said it. It was censored after 9/11. Just because I guess that administration thought was like terrified or something. Now let me ask you something. Do you think the people wearing the shirts gave a shit? Do you think the band gave a shit? Because the point is, that's not the message. So if you do that, what does that tell people? Are they going to get it wrong because you did that, because that was your reaction? Don't react. So, again, something that doesn't hurt anybody. You know what I mean? That isn't. For example, y'all sit here and allow cigarettes. Y'all sit here and allow cigarettes, but how long did it take for y'all to realize? Now again, this is just my state that does this. I think this should be the United States that does this. Now, I think more states have started doing this, but how long did it take for y'all to realize that smoking doesn't not affect people? Because again, how many times are you sitting in like a diner or otherwise somewhere you would be and somebody just lights up, and now the only reason you know about it is because it's going up your nose, and maybe this person has asthma or something like that, and now they're having an attack just because some asshole wants to give themselves cancer. That should be regulated. There should be areas where you can't do that. You shouldn't be throwing it on the ground out your window. That pisses me off. The amount of people, they smoke in their car and they finish a cigarette and they just throw it out the damn window. What the hell's the matter with you? No, seriously, what the hell's the matter with you? You're gonna actually give yourself cancer and then litter too? What the hell's the matter with you? That shit should be regulated. So, for example, alcohol. Okay, we allow it. What do we not allow? What would affect you? Look at my bitrate shifting around. What would affect you? What do we not allow? What would affect the general public if you're minding your own business and some asshole wants to drink? Oh, right. We don't allow people to drive. There you go. Exactly. That's called a regulation. Law of some kind that regulates that thing. Okay? You have to do this. It's the same when anything gets out of hand, and it should have been done already anyway. Like, there should already be, like, a ton of regulations in place to make sure people can't do shit like this. So the point is, what is this shit-ass garbage Trump administration doing? Where they're being like, oh yeah, it's fine to just let China cyber attack us. You know, we cyber attack them, so it's totally fine. Again, the data breaches have already happened. Your social security number, everybody in the US, your stuff is leaked. It's online. Okay? So that's all that's happening. Whatever data breach you're part of, and if you're part of several, which you probably are, it's going to be bad.
The 2000 GTR is in your garage.
Notice how they have kept it at 11, shifting it around to make sure it doesn't go above 11. Notice that? Yeah, I guarantee you it has. It's just a blatant lie. Just like they're gonna lie about the views and subtract them after posting the stream. None of this is real. It's all fake. It's all just literally lies. I already explained that when you come into the stream, they take your view and again put it on some other channel so that they can have it. Again, this is right on par with fascism, where you'll own nothing and you'll like it. Again, they want to own everything that you work for. Everything. They don't want you to actually physically have anything. So that's why, again, it's especially triggering to Donald Trump, where we, have, stuff. Because, again, this guy is not, a fucking billionaire or anything. He needs to own everybody. He is such a piece of shit. So, anyway. My point is that, I like a lot of the streamers that I've mentioned before, like Ricky Berwick and stuff. But, I'm mentioning it because my point is that you can't, don't let, this random thing fool you into thinking, there's something going on here that shouldn't be going on or anything like that. With the swearing and, again, all these other streamers, that's why I mentioned specifically him, is, he often does say and do similar stuff that I kind of do on my stream. So, again, when he's doing it and other people are also doing those things and saying, I mean, come on. And blatantly, it can get pretty vulgar. So, my point is that when there's all those people doing that, and YouTube is promoting shitloads of streams like that, and streams with still images, streams where people are streaming a still image, that's the whole screen, and it's just that. Come on. Okay, and there's thousands of people watching that, yet I'm actually playing a video game here, talking about the game, giving valid criticisms. No. What's happening is the companies have been shit because they know that they are cutting funding for things, and things are shit because of this. And they're cutting funding so that they can take a bigger paycheck. That's it. Things are getting lazier. They're cutting people. They're copy and paste from the original one, from the previous, as much as possible. Like Windows, and spend as little money and time in development as possible, so they don't got to pay all those people for that. And then just, again, what you get as a release, a lot of times, is a bullshit. And it's just this, again, further regurgitation of the company getting rewarded, again, not a tax break or anything like that, but getting rewarded, or I'm sorry, like tax breaks for that company and for the CEO and the rich people in the company and stuff like that sit on top. But again, no incentive for them to, reward the employees and stuff like that, and reward having lots of employees. If anything, incentive from Trump to do the opposite, to lay people off, to, things like that. And so this is what we're talking about, where again, automation, AI, this stuff, just like anything else, needs regulation. And flat out, they're literally, they said, you know, they're not going to regulate it, and then not only that, they're actually not smart. What they're doing is actually less than that. They're laying off all the smart people that they would have developing and looking into this, and then all the other countries that aren't doing that, that are just spending more money into it, are getting well ahead of us and attacking us and learning from the little bit we are doing. So like literally the only thing that we're doing right now, is figuring shit out for other countries, for them to then steal, get further ahead, and the cycle repeats itself. Because Donald jackass, orange-faced, dumbass, piece of shit Trump doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He does not know what the fuck he's doing. Period. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream there. We're getting close to 3 hours. I'm going to stop streaming here at this point. I like the new controller, like I said. I think it's cool that it's like a pink light that's on there. This is really, really a pink light. I know it's tough to see. It is very pink. It's a similar shade to this, actually. It's very similar shade to this pink that's on here. It's just illuminated, so it's you know, it's sort of brightening. So anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate that. We're gonna go ahead and stop there.